You know, AIDS is a story often told by numbers. 40 million infected with HIV, nearly 4.5 million in this year alone, 12 million orphans in Africa, 8,000 deaths, and 6,000 new infections every day. In some places, 90% of those with HIV do not know they have it, and we just learned that AIDS is set to become the third leading cause of death worldwide in the coming years. They are staggering, these numbers, and they help us understand the magnitude of this pandemic. But when repeated by themselves, statistics can also numb. They can hide the individual stories and tragedies. First, if we hope to win this fight, we must stop new infections. We must do what we can to prevent people from contracting HIV. Too often, the issue of prevention has been framed in either or terms. For some, the only way to prevent the disease is for men and women to change their sexual behavior, in particular, to abstain from sexual activity outside of marriage. For others, such a prescription is unrealistic. They argue that we need to provide people with the tools they need to protect themselves from the virus, regardless of their sexual practices, in particular by increasing the use of condoms, as well as by developing new methods like microbicides that women can initiate themselves to prevent transmission during sex. And in the debate surrounding how we should tackle the scourge of AIDS, we often see each side questioning the other's motives and thereby impeding progress. In the early 1980s, when the AIDS epidemic began, people living with HIV were not likely to live for more than a few years. However, with the development of safe and effective drugs, HIV-positive people now have longer and healthier lives. Currently available drugs do not cure HIV infection, but they do prevent the development of AIDS. They can stop the virus being made in the body and stop this virus from damaging the immune system, but these drugs cannot eliminate HIV from the body. Hence, people with HIV need to continuously take antiretroviral drugs. The use of antiretroviral drugs, ARV therapy, in combinations of 3 or more drugs as HIV treatment has dramatically improved the quality of life for people with HIV and prevented them from dying early since 1996 in countries where they are widely accessible. There is no cure for HIV. However, with good and continued adherence to treatment, the progression of the HIV in the body can be slowed down and almost halted. Increasingly, people living with HIV are all kept well and protected for very extended periods, even in low-income countries.